Hello everyone and welcome to another reaction. Following this month's series of reactions to alternative rock records from the 80s and 90s, we have what I understand is another classic. I had this record on my list of reactions to do last year, but I couldn't react to it back then, so today I am finally listening to the Holy Bible by Manic Street Preachers. Just by looking at that cover I have a lot of things to say already, but I'm gonna save them for the review. So remember to stay up to the end for it, and I hope you enjoy it. I know it's supposed to be rock, but it sounds like the intro of a rap mixtape. Oh well, never mind. That's a beautiful riff. I can't believe it, this is not what I expected at all. It's so freaking cheerful and poppy and I'm loving it already. So dynamic as well. Woo! Oh, it sounds like driving by the beach with your friends, listening to the radio back in the 90s. Enjoying life and being happy and fulfilled. And I gotta shut up so I can listen. Oh, that's 7/8 then back to 4/4. It has something that makes you want to pay attention and follow that melody. What the hell? Okay, those lyrics are irreverent as fuck. What can I say? All of a sudden, it sounds mental. It's just one song I already had a trip back to the 90s. Oh god, I'm adding it right now. Wow, the title of this song looks very Death Grips before Death Grips.
Next Thursday, you're invited to watch Rising Tide's live coverage of a gala tribute and salute to Ronald Reagan.
I'm liking these intros a lot.
Tickets are $1,000 a plate, but you can see the event free.
Who would pay $1,000 for a ticket to anything? Although... so 90s indeed, so mental indeed. But there is something so appealing about them. You want to listen every single word. That's what I'm gonna do. Now that I'm really checking out the lyrics and reading them, they do honor their name, especially on the part of preachers. It's just the second song and I've heard already like 5 sexual innuendos or direct mentions to something like that. Oh, that flanger. I don't remember the last time I heard one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Most of the time it's 6/8, but this is pure 3/4. Those signature tempos are as weird as some of the lyrics, but I like them. Jeez, the titles are getting darker.
At number 1, I would regret my entire life. And number 2, I would want to live my life over again.
And those intros are so dark as well. Oh, I see Sonic Youth and Pixies weren't the only bands using dissonance back then. Okay, now that I pay attention to his voice, it sounds to me like a mixture between Johnny Rotten and Liam Gallagher. Oh, but a little more energy than Liam. It might sound like a simple rock track, but there is a lot happening in the background. I think the best way to describe it is, it does sound like the streets. It has that ambience and pollution noise that you only find outside. Okay, maybe I was a little mistaken when I say his voice was a mixture of Roten and Gallagher, because on the high notes like this, it's something completely unique. This is the preacher's part. And what a speech. I'm digging their word. Oh, I was expecting another little sample speech, but holy damn, this riff is so obscure and so adequate for what I think this song is about. A little more obscure than I thought, even with that title, but I'm still digging it. Oh, I freaking love that guitar tone and how massive it is. It even sounds like the strings are rusty, and that's an old guitar. That's how crunchy it sounds. Out of all of the songs I've heard so far, I think this is the one with the deepest meaning. It's, I don't know, but you can hear the pain on the voice. My God, it's magnificent. Oh, I think that's all.
I wonder who you think you are. You damn well think you're God.
There it is, the intro.
Think you are the devil itself.
Oh, that bass came straight from hell. Do you hear what I meant with the rusty strings? I don't even know where to begin. This atmosphere is kind of Soundgarden-ish, but not quite. It is a whole other thing. Very obscure as well, but it's their own darkness, you know? And those lyrics still surprising me. And just when I thought I've heard every single possible dynamic. Oh, we're getting faster. That speeding up on the solo was so subtle. Jeez, it was like a single mind was playing all of the instruments, because it was also so precise. Yes, I'm gonna let it run. Whoa. Very 90s indeed. Oh yes. This is how I like my guitars. Massive, all in your face. I don't know, and I don't really care if they are talking about what's wrong with America or with Russia, but man, I'm digging their words so freaking much. Oh, I don't know. But I think the only reason they are not as big as the Sex Pistols was because Nirvana dropped Nevermind 3 years before they dropped this one. I'm listening to tiny bits of Russian scales on this breakdown, solo. I'm not sure what it is, but there is something Russian on it. so Johnny Rotten right there. Well, so far this is a wonderful record for the summer, but if this is how Revolution sounds, I can't wait for December. Those are definitely rusty strings. Perhaps just a lot of gain on the amp, but I don't know. I just know it sounds freaking mental. Oh, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1. It's so weird, the signature tempo right here. And the lyrics are not far behind. Out of all of the things I thought I was going to find on this record, anorexia wasn't one of the things I imagined at all, but I'm so glad somebody is talking about problems that most people just don't think it goes along with, well, music. Curious how this sounds like you're levitating from the ground, just like you are weightless. I just heard the hardest song for me on the record, and my favorite as well, just because of those lyrics. I love how willing they are to do things in their absolute terms and break the norm even if they make people uncomfortable. That's the kind of spirit I'm looking for in music. Oh, now we're dancing again. Okay, maybe not. Okay. Those harmonies are heavenly, even though what they are saying is definitely not. Yes. Every time he hit a high note with that fry of his, oh man. And that flow. The flow on this part, damn, it's like everything is connected. Why is it that each song has what I can count as the most meaningful freaking lyrics of this record? Okay, we're seriously getting darker and darker. But those instrumentals are brighter and brighter. What a juxtaposition. Oh, I'm loving those vocals already. Jeez. I can't believe this is 94. It sounds like every pop rock band from the 2000s. Great vocal dynamics there. There's that tone again. It sounds straight out of the Orange Terror. Beautiful staccato right here. Another great one. Actually, I think that's one of my favorites too. It has that dynamic and open and young feeling. See, one thing I love about this record is how all of the songs, or almost all of them, have this radio-friendly quality on their music. But once you hear those lyrics, oh ho ho ho! Disney beware.
Do not listen to what I say.
You know what? Although it's not an uplifting song, it is the most radio-friendly indeed. It's not that ominous as the previous ones. It's very enjoyable and it's like being in a small trance. Yeah, this is very, very freaking innocent compared to the rest of the record. Even that solo is so friendly. Those lyrics were truly a breath of fresh air. Holy damn, that tremolo. But they did their job. They eased my mind, and along with the instrumental, it was just like a mini trance I was in. Now, that's something you could play on the radio, but who would have wanted that when you have the whole record to play? Those Slint influences. And now those Tool influences. Whoa! I didn't expect that. They completely opened the song. I don't even know how to catalog this song. It has metal, Middle Eastern, post-rock, grunge influences, pop influences. If only more bands understand it's not about quiet versus loud curses dynamics, but dance and release like this exactly. That would make music much more interesting. I mean, I already heard a little Tool in their sound. This might as well be Disgustipated 2.0. With that bass tone, I can almost feel like I'm playing it myself. You and I gotta talk later. That model exchange though. We went exotic indeed. I can't believe this is the first time I'm listening harmonics on this record. Wait, that riff was also harmonics. And now we're getting slower. I don't know, but this song has not only been a trip, but a ritual. It has a ritualistic feeling. Yes, I feel like we're getting to the sacrifice part. So, let's go for the last one. Well, it doesn't sound like sacrifice to me. It's more like we are surfing. Woo! Hell yes we are! Yeah, every single 2000s pop rock band. And now they sound 80s. What the hell? I don't know, but they have mastered every single one of those styles. Either they were super ahead of their time, or this song is absolutely unique, a school of its own. Now I know where Jimmy Eat World got some of their influences from. Yes, mate. I heard so much on this record. It's just my first listen. I already know I gotta have it on vinyl. God, that was so beautiful. I'm talking about everything all together. It was like a trip to the darkest part of the 90s, but somehow you were so cheerful all along. Oh man. The Holy Bible by Manic Street Preachers. You crazy fucker, how am I supposed to write music for this? Those were the words of singer James Bradfield to guitarist and songwriter Richie Edwards when he handled the lyrics for Yes. And once you listen to the Holy Bible, you can tell exactly why. Usually, when I listen to a record, I try to pay attention to the songs as a whole, but here I think I got a little carried away by the music, so I don't think I paid proper attention to the lyrics on my first listen. Oh boy, once I fully dived into it and tried to digest it afterwards, well, I guess I can say I got a little constipated. The themes on this record are as visceral as a school trip to a slaughterhouse, and that falls fairly short. But hey, you can tell just by looking at this cover, this ain't gonna be a pleasant one, at least not if you pay attention. But the thing is, although those lyrics are freaking wild and wrong in so many levels, the music here is enjoyable enough to make you overlook them. It has so much energy and radio potential. I know the band was not exactly in their best when they recorded the Holy Bible, but, and apart from the lyrics, which are mostly Richie's state of mind, I want to believe, they don't reflect it on the record. Somehow they managed to drop one of the most cohesive albums, if not of all time, of the 90s at least. What I'm trying to say is, everything about this record is a juxtaposition, and things that apparently made no sense all of a sudden have new meanings thanks to it. Because every part of this record and the band's own identity are working together to create this mesmerizing experience that awakens you to some of the most gruesome things this world has to offer. Man, the Holy Bible couldn't be a better title for the grotesque imagery of this record. In the beginning I was going to say how they made terrible decisions designing this cover, but after listening to the album, I couldn't ask for a better one, really. This is foreboding how morbid the record will be. It's basically telling us, if you proceed to listen, be ready to be disturbed. Maybe that's what surprises me the most, that after all this time, there are still things that can stroke a sensitive chord within me and make me wonder, oh God, why? I didn't feel this way since the Money Store, so you can imagine my surprise when I found this disturbance in a record that sounds so friendly. Is still messing with my head. It's just, I didn't see it coming. To illustrate my point, let's take 9 Inch Nails for example. I haven't heard that much by them yet, but I know their music will be industrial and heavy and raw. What it will be not is subtle, at least not lyrically for me yet. On what I've heard, they pretty much go to the point. On the other hand, the Holy Bible songs are beyond fucked up, but they also have this poetic tints to them. They defied every single one of my expectations, and I'm still debating with myself if it was a mistake or not to read the lyrics of Yes. It's my favorite song on the record, but I also have this love-hate relationship with it. I hate it for obvious lyrical reasons, but I also love it for those same reasons, because I can picture every single word and empathize with the character behind it. And trust me, if it's hard for me to care about a series or movie character, the fact that a song makes me concerned about this poor boy who's living hell is unbelievable. More so that it does in just 5 minutes. I believe this song alone could have made Manic Street Preachers much more popular, because it sounds like that huge hit that every single 90s radio station would play on a loop. But, and talking about it, the band wanted to be huge and popular. They sound like it, but at the same time, they aren't afraid of saying important, dark, and introspective stuff through their music. Tell me, how many bands do you know that are willing to do that? Willing to write lyrics that speak as loud as their music? Willing to make you discover a new part of you through their own obscurity? I can count the ones I know with one hand. Death Grips and Manic Street Preachers. It surprises me how the Holy Bible is becoming one of my favorite records of all time. Perhaps it's the way it beautifully balances the light and dark within us, or how it speaks to me in a very deep and personal level. And no, I've never had any of the struggles they talk about here, but if you ask me, the fact that they can make someone who has lived a relatively normal life and very away from all of that empathize with such hard words as the one on this record, it has a little more merit for me, so I can't wait to have it on vinyl. And that was my reaction/review of the Holy Bible by Manic Street Preachers. If you like what you see, you can always subscribe, or if you'd like to watch more, you got this playlist right here where you'll find all of my reactions. And I think that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tony Whitburn. and I'll see you in the next one.